Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a special virtual job fair we have planned for you today. This one is for specifically Hancock and Morgan counties, which is part of what we call Region 5. I'm Dave Shadkowski from the Indiana Department of Workforce Development. I'll be hosting the job fair today. We're glad to have 5 great companies and presenters you'll be hearing from as we go along over the next hour or so. First of all, just some housekeeping items. You may have noticed you should have 2 audio options, computer audio and phone. Either should work. Sometimes phone is a little bit more reliable, so if you find you're having any trouble at all with audio and you're on computer audio, you might want to go ahead and switch over to phone. There should be a dial-in number that'll show up right there in your control box, and you can call in and join us that way. Secondly, we encourage questions. There is a question bar there in your control box. Please feel free to submit typed in questions throughout the program. If you have questions specific to any of the companies and submit them during that time, we'll try to address them during their portion of the program. But we'll also have some time at the end for any additional questions that come in for any of our 5 companies. So feel free to submit questions at any time as we go along. And finally, just a reminder, this program is being recorded. Everyone who registered will receive a link to access the recording tomorrow. So if you missed anything, want to go back and review, it will all be there, both the slides that you're going to see as well as all the commentary as well. But before we get started, I do have 2 quick polling questions I want to launch just to find out a little bit more about our audience. Our first question is, are you currently unemployed? Yes or no? Very simple answer. If you could take a couple seconds to respond, we'd appreciate it. I'll go ahead and close it. It looks like about exactly 50-50. Thanks for doing that. And our second question, in what industry is your current or most recent employment? There's 4 options there, and then another category as well if it doesn't fit in any of the top 4. 2 seconds responding there, that would help our presenters get a little better feel for the audience. Okay, I'll go ahead and close it. I'll share those results. So pretty good. Nobody in healthcare, but the other categories, pretty even split there for the next 3, and then a bunch of others. So that's good. It just helps our presenters understand the audience a little bit better. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jim Meering. Jim is the Vice Chair of the Region 5 Workforce Development Board. Jim has been with us on a number of other virtual job fairs we've done, and we really appreciate his support for employers and job seekers in the central Indiana area. And I'm going to turn it over to Jim, and he's going to talk about what they do with the Workforce Development Board. Jim?
Thank you so much, Bob. Good afternoon, everyone. As Bob said, my name is Jim Meering, and I do currently have the honor of serving as the Vice Chair for the Region 5 Workforce Development Board. I'd like to start by saying thank you and extend a very warm welcome to all who are participating in today's virtual job fair. As a point of reference, the Region 5 Workforce Development Board serves the 8 counties, if you can kind of picture this, the 8 counties immediately surrounding Marion County. For businesses, Work One offers a very cost-effective and convenient access to job seekers. For those individuals who are looking for employment, maybe desiring to develop a career plan, maybe looking for a job career change, finding some training options, or just plain seeking employment, Work One is just a key, very important resource for information, job referrals, placement assistance, and many other services. I'm always impressed because the staff is working so diligently to serve the needs of both job seekers and businesses in the 8-county service area. I'm really proud of them and how hard they work in their desire, to assist others in need. So please go to our website, which is www.workoncentral, all one word, workoncentral.org, for more information, including phone numbers for the office or offices that are close to you. As Bob had mentioned, today's virtual job fair will present opportunities from Hendricks and Morgan County areas. So this is a really cool process. Our presenters are always energetic, so I'm really looking forward to hearing about these opportunities that will be presented. So with that, Bob, I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jim, and thanks again for all that you do and all that the staff does. And thanks for correcting me. I think I said Hancock, and that's because I live about just half a mile from Hancock County, but it is Hendricks and Morgan counties. I get all those H's confused from time to time. So we're going to move on, and the next slide that comes up is going to show today's companies and presenters. Unfortunately, I believe Jennifer Neal, who was going to be first up with Campbell Snacks, had something come up and is not going to be able to join us. But we'll go ahead and show their slides, so they'll be in the recording at least, and you'll be able to see them for a few seconds. And then we will move on with our other presenters from Decker's Brands. We have Marcia Baker, the Senior PX Generalist. From GXO, we have Stephanie Sark, the Recruiter Talent Acquisition. From Home Goods DC, we have Carolee Martinez, the Human Resources Assistant. And from TOA USA LLC, we have Jeremy Todd, the Training Manager. And again, Jennifer Neal was supposed to have joined us from Campbell Snacks. And I think it may be possible that she might jump in later, but like I said, something came up. So we'll go ahead, since we have those slides next, we'll go ahead and just show on the screen without any commentary the slides that we had from Campbell's. And again, these will be on the recording. So it looks like they had a few different positions that they were going to discuss. And then the how to apply with Jennifer's contact information, phone number, email, if anybody's interested in Campbell Snacks. Again, if you want to go back and look at the recording and take any notes off those slides, you're certainly welcome to do that when you get that tomorrow. So with that, let's go ahead and actually formally kick it off with Decker's Brands and Marcia Baker. Marcia?
Hi everyone, Marcia Baker here, Senior PX for Decker's. Decker Brands is a footwear company. We were founded in 1973 in California. If you guys can think of Uggs, Tevas, and new Hoka One One, which is your high top dollar tennis shoe, Koolabura by Ugg, most popular at Kohl's. We have opened a distribution center here in Mooresville, mostly dedicated to e-commerce. We're right off the Mooresville and Clayton area. Super excited to be part of the Mooresville, Plainfield, Clayton community. We're eager to get started here. We're mostly automatic robotic systems. So super awesome opportunity for those who are willing to come in and be part of the future of technology when it comes to robots. So distribution center of footwear and apparel for Decker Brands. I don't know if you want to go on to the next slide. We have several open positions. We are looking for a maintenance technician too. We have also a utility tech associate. So we have two different utility tech associate positions. We have a facilities utility person. That person would be hanging signs, taking care of cardboard, blowing the areas, making sure the areas are clean and clear. We have warehouse associate positions. Those are your general labor, picking, packing. Basically, the robot brings in the product and the warehouse associate will put it in the box and it will be sent out to shipping. We would also have warehouse associates dealing with our robots that cut the boxes. So once again, just making sure that the robot's doing what it's supposed to be doing. We have another position where it's semi-automatic taper. So, typically it would be a manual taper or a more of a hands-on taper. This is more of a robot machine that would be doing all of our taping. So just keeping an eye on that. So we need some associates for that as well. We have equipment operators that we're looking to hire. And we also have a safety trainer position that's currently, I'm pretty sure we just filled it as of this morning. However, we did add some housekeeping or janitorial positions as of this morning. We also have some new open positions that are not on this slide for security. So if anybody's interested in security, we have some security positions. Brand new distribution center here in Morrisville. So 95% completed with the building, but we are already inside the building. So all these positions are key positions to be part of that starting phase for Deckers.
So before we get into a little bit more detail with the jobs, if you could talk a little bit about what the culture is like at Deckers.
Yeah, so the culture at Deckers. So what we're doing is building a team where we're drama-free, we're inclusive. We enjoy and love working with people and accepting people for who they are. So no matter their race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, if you look out on our floor right now, our workforce that we have is very diverse, and not only in race, but backgrounds. So that is I think that's what I've heard, at least from the community and different DCs surrounding mine, is that, we're looking for an employer of choice that has that open culture where you come to work, everybody's friendly, you're not just a number. So I'm super excited to be able to bring that here, and bringing it from California over to here is that we're all one team. We're all here to work together and collaborate. Everyone so far that has started with us says that they feel like they've worked here for years, which is amazing to hear. And from day one, they seem to be already enjoying, being part of the Deckers family. So culture-wise, very inclusive. I can just speak by what our associates are saying so far, and even from my own experience, is that it does feel like home from day one. So if you're looking for a positive workplace culture, and you're looking for opportunity for growth, and you're looking for that just welcoming feeling where, most companies are kind of moving away from, just focusing on that product and number. We are very focused and inclusive when it comes to our people.
Well, great. Thanks for that. Let's go ahead and jump into some more details about each of the jobs.
Yeah, so the safety trainer position, like I mentioned, we just recently filled it as of this morning. But we do have some positions that are similar to it in regards to security that are open right now. So with it being a new distribution center, we're building up our entire security team and loss prevention team. So if that's something that, if we have somebody on the call that's looking into that career pathway, we're definitely building our team from ground zero up. So we have some of those key player positions already established. Safety trainer, for example, it's a position we filled here locally from our county of Morgan County, and super amazing opportunity that came open. And it's going to be filled by somebody who lives here and who, once again, is looking for that positive culture. So safety trainers open as of technically a couple hours ago, but it just closed as well. So, but we have those loss prevention and security positions that are in that similar function, I guess you could call it. So I know we have a few other positions listed. So if we want to move over to the next one, the maintenance tech 2 position, that position pays anywhere between $23 to $29 an hour. I'm not sure if I updated that on this slide. Yep, 23 to 27. We can definitely have room to wiggle if we need to. This position, it's somebody that has that electrical background, somebody that has a little bit of welding, potentially somebody that's ready for that next move, somebody that wants to be a lead or a leader in the near future. It has opportunity for growth as they would go to Tech 3, and then we have other management positions. But the Tech 2 specifically, we're looking for somebody who has electrical background and who has a little bit of welding, but primarily somebody that we can groom and develop into that leadership position. Warehouse Associates, we are super excited. We are going live pretty soon here. October 15th is our go live date. And we are looking to fill some of these warehouse associate positions. Hourly wage, $15 to $16 an hour. There's opportunity as well when it comes to compensation. It's not very physically strenuous. The case director and the iBot. So the iBot is our robot that would be cutting those boxes. So basically, we're just looking for somebody that has an eye for just looking at a screen, making sure that the robot's doing what it should be doing. Again, not very physically strenuous, you know, just being able to move a mouse and be able to communicate with the computer at a very, very, very basic level. So case director, iBot, starting wage for this position is actually $16 an hour. So if you are interested in this role, again, we have 4 positions open right now for this warehouse associates under the utility umbrella. The general warehouse associates, so these are more on the fulfillment side. We have a robotic system in play now. We are the 4th in the country. We're one of the 4 employers that has this robotic system, but we are the largest employer with the most robots. So if you are looking to, you know, once again, make a change, not be in an environment where it's very physically strenuous, the robots would be doing most of that physical strenuous work. Basically, the robot brings all the picking and the picking to you, and you just pack it and it goes down the line. So super, super not strenuous. Again, robots are doing most of that heavy work. And it would be working in the fulfillment side or the shipping side of our warehouse.
So before we get to how to apply for any of these jobs, a couple more quick questions. Talk about the shifts that you have and the hours of those shifts.
Awesome. So the shift, so it's Monday through Friday and it's first shift. So our shift right now, because we are on startup phase, they're starting in at 8 a.m. and we leave at 4:30. Now, the maintenance tech position, they start at 6 and typically leave at around 4:30. They work a few more hours than your general associate positions just because we are still in that building phase. But yeah, first shift, we only have 1 shift and we're probably going to only run 1 shift for at least a year. So Monday through Friday, potentially some Saturdays here coming peak season, but typically Monday through Friday, you're 8 to 4:30. And then again, we may have those maintenance techs, which may work more of that 10-hour day shift. Housekeeping, eventually we would have them start at the same time as our warehouse associates. Right now we have 2 starting times. We have a 6 a.m. and we have a 9:30 a.m. So our DC shuts down at 6. And the idea is to have that work-life balance. You know, obviously peak season comes around, we may have some overtime, you know, to be able to get that product out to our clients. But it's a Monday through Friday shift right now. First shift, 8 a.m. to 4:30. Benefits, I don't know if I wrote down benefits in another slide, but benefits, super exciting perks on that. You get 65% off Hoka, One, Kulabura, and Decker Brands LX, and then you get also a 60% off Uggs if you work for Deckers or if you come in through our agency partner PLX. So either way, whether you come in through our staffing agency partner or you come in through Deckers, we make sure that our employees are taken care of with the percentages and perks when it comes to our product. You also are able to buy shares. So if you guys get a chance to look at our stock, as of last time, I think it was over $400 worth of stock. We're able to buy stock, and you get a discount to buy stock as, you know, once you convert over to a Deckers employee or become hired directly after a certain period of time. We also match up to 6% of your contribution. We match 50% up to 6% of your contribution, 50 cents on the dollar for your 401k. tuition reimbursement. We do $5,000 annually. So if that's something, if you're looking to go back into school or get some credits, that's an awesome reimbursement program. We have paid time off. We have holidays. We have volunteers time. So if you wanted to take some time and go volunteer, we pay you to go volunteer. There's so many more perks. We also offer a plan that's free medical. So if you're looking for health insurance, we have two plans. They're both PPOs. One is with a health savings account, and that one's the free one. And then we have our regular typical PPO plan. And we also offer free vision. So if you sign up for our medical plan, you get free vision. So if you're needing glasses, contacts, dental, company paid life insurance, it's free. We offer free short-term and long-term disability, and we have even pet insurance. We have so many perks and benefits. So if you are interested in Deckers, please feel free to reach out, and I can definitely give you the entire list of perks and benefits.
All right. Well, that all sounds great. Lots of perks and benefits, like you said. So if you're interested and want to apply, how do you do that?
How you do it is you have two ways. Some of these positions can be direct, just based on our interviews, and some of these positions can be temp to hire. So the idea with our staffing agency, it's 90 days, and then we convert over to Deckers. If that's the way that the associate comes in, if it's a direct in, it would be direct, but either way you can apply, whether you want to come temp to hire or direct. You go to our website, it's deckers.com/careers. And you want to search Mooresville, filter all the jobs, and it'll bring you up all the Mooresville jobs. And then if it's a temp to hire position, we partner up with our on-site manager who's here, and we would just collaborate together and put you on a plan to get you here. We are hiring. We're trying to actually have some positions filled by Monday because we are looking to bring all these people in, trained, and be able to learn the systems and the robots and all that good stuff before we go live. So if you are really interested, this is a really good time to be part of the DC. Not only that, but a future state. We're expanding across North America. We're a global company, North America, Europe, Asia. So the idea is that our DC center would be the role model for the future DC centers of Deckers brands. So feel free to reach me at 317-539-6340-1902 or marsha.baker@deckers.com. Thank you, guys.
Well, great. Thank you. That's Marsha Baker from Deckers Brands, and we'll hear from her again for a minute or so at the very end. But now let's move on to our next employer, which is GXO, and our presenter is Stephanie Sark. Stephanie, it's all yours.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We're so glad that you could be here. Most of you may not have heard of GXO. However, you have probably heard of XPO. On August the 2nd, we split from XPO to better serve our investors and clients. So XPO kept the transportation side and GXO took over all of the logistics. So the fulfillment centers, distribution centers, things like that. Each of our locations do have different clients that we serve. Most of you are probably familiar with our Lebanon location, which is the Nike facility. The facility that I recruit for is the Clayton, Indiana facility. So a lot of what I say is going to be similar to Marsha. We are right off of I-70 and 39 in the Mooresville Clayton exit. Okay. We have one employment opportunity. We have only been open for about 3 months now. So we need a bunch of material handlers. We have about 500 employees currently, and we just got word this morning that we actually need 600 more. So we have ample opportunity across numerous shifts for material handlers, and those jobs, we're a very automated facility. So when you think of material handler, you think picking, packing, very physical. But this, like Marsha said about her facility, extremely automated. We do have that technology. So the picking process, you're stationary. You're not walking throughout the 1.1 million square foot warehouse. The robots are bringing you the items. You're at a kiosk with a computer, verifying that the robot has picked the correct items, and then you're putting the items in a corresponding bin. That is our picking process. We have a variety of different areas that you could be placed in as a material handler, and you must be willing to be cross-trained to work in all areas. So you might be in picking, and then one day we need extra help in packing, so you may go work in packing for a day. So we're looking for people who are not afraid to learn all the areas, and we have ample opportunity for growth and advancement. Because we are a new facility, we have already had numerous internal promotions, even though we've only been open for 3 months now. But a material handler, the starting wage is $15.50 per hour, and that would go across the first shift hours. So I believe the next slide shows all the different shifts that we have. So we currently have all 4 shifts available, but as some of you may have guessed, that the day shift, the weekday day shift, is the most popular, so it is filling up the fastest. So the weekday day shift is Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The base rate of pay for that is $15.50 per hour. Weekday night shift, Monday through Thursday, 4:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's not accurate. It's 4:30 p.m. to 3 a.m. and it's $17 an hour. And then the weekend day shift is Friday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is $19. And then the weekend night shift, which is Friday through Sunday, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., which is also $19 an hour. And then right now through the end of the year, so December 31st for all hours worked, there is an extra $6.25 on top of that for peak incentive. Our client here, I cannot name them, unfortunately, but I will give you a hint. They are a phone technology giant. So when you think of that, you're probably spot on who our client is. And right now we are in peak season, and we're getting ready to ramp up even more than what we currently are. So we have added an extra $6.25 on top of all those rates to show our appreciation for everyone's hard work and the overtime that we are working that is available. So for the A shift, it would be $21.75, B shift $23.25, C shift $25.25, and D shift $25.25. And that is going on now through the end of December for all hours worked.
Okay, I think it may have been touched on your previous slide, but talk a little bit about what type of experience is required for these positions.
Absolutely. So material handlers, we do not require experience. As long as you are willing to learn all positions, you're willing to work safely. We do not require warehouse experience. It is a very automated facility, so as long as you're comfortable using a computer, the very, very basic stuff, we do not require experience.
Okay, and I think also on the other slide you had some benefits listed, but specifically I wanted to ask about your tuition reimbursement. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, awesome. Our tuition reimbursement, we do offer that, and we offer the maximum of $5,250 a year for tuition reimbursement, and that is after 6 months of employment. But we do offer full benefits, medical, dental, vision, 401k, and paid holidays. And you're eligible for all of those things starting on day 1 with us.
Well, great. That's a lot of good information. If you're interested in applying, let's switch to the next slide and take us through that process.
Absolutely. So if you are interested in working with us and joining our team, you can apply online. You can go to our website, gxo.jobs, and you can search, filter the location and enter Clayton. And all of the positions we're currently hiring for are listed there. We do have a few salary positions that are open for those of you that are interested in salary positions. We do have, I believe, 3 supervisor roles that are available. And then we also have a couple of specialized roles that are available, but those are filling up quickly as well. We have security, loss prevention type roles, and a few other things. You can also text me directly for the link. I say text because I spend majority of my time on the phone, so the easiest way to reach me would be to text me, and my phone number is listed there at 317-719-1361, and you can also email me if you would like, and my email is stephanie.sark@gxo.com, and it's spelled out for you because I know my name is kind of funky. But
we've got a Stephanie here in our office that spells her name just like that, I believe.
Oh, awesome.
All right. Well, thank you, Stephanie Sark from GXO. Again, we'll hear from her at the very end again. But thanks for being with us. We're gonna move on to our next employer. That's Home Goods DC, and Carolee Martinez sitting in for Lori Lopez. So I'm going to turn it over to Carrie. I know it says Lori, but it's actually Carolee, and we have her name there on the screen. It's your time. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Carolee Martinez and I am a human resources assistant. I am happy to take over for Lori today. On this first slide, it talks about the company Home Goods, tells you how we lead off price apparel and home fashions. It is a company that, it's a Fortune 500 company. The company had more than 4,500 stores in 9 countries for e-commerce side and approximately 320,000 associates. We do operate TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, Sierra, and HomeSense, and as well as TJ Maxx. And right now we are hiring only for general warehouse positions. We have positions such as sorting, receiving, ticketing. Thank you. Some of the job description would be for receiving merchandise from trucks, ticketing, packing a variety of merchandise, shipping. They don't really require experience. However, if you do, then even better. But we do offer, opportunities for growth as well. We offer a lot of benefits, really good benefits. After full-time employees have successfully completed 90 days of employment, they do get medical, dental, vision insurance. They also get a 10% associate discount card, sick time, 2 weeks paid vacation, and personal days.
So before we get into how to apply, a few questions for you. Do you have any forklift positions available?
We do. Mostly when we hire someone, they start out with general warehouse, and then if they are interested in a forklift position and we have a forklift position available at that time, they immediately, they get trained if they don't have any experience. But we do be getting forklift positions.
Okay. Always an important question. How about raises? How often are raises given?
So right now, as soon as they complete 30 days, they do get a raise.
Okay. Talk a little bit about just opportunities for advancement in general. How does that work?
Oh, there's plenty of opportunities here. I'm going to give you an example. Me, I started working on the floor doing ticketing, and then after that, I moved up. If there's a position that you're interested in, they advise you to apply for it. I applied for a human resources position. I got it. There's always opportunities for growth for everyone. There's people who have started working on the floor. They are now supervisors or even managers. So they even do training for supervisors. If you start working on the floor and then eventually, supervisor is something that you would be interested in, they offer training classes for that.
Okay. What about shifts? What are the shift times?
So we have a first shift that is from 7 a.m. till 3:15, Monday through Friday. We have a second shift that starts at 3:45 p.m. until 12 a.m. There is a fourth shift that is from 12:45 till 6:45. And then there's also a weekend shift that's only like a part-time, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Okay. And finally, before we move on to how to apply, are you a union environment? Talk about that a little bit.
So I recently started this position. I don't have a lot of information that I could give you about the union. I just know like they do offer the union, and it's they offer it the first day of orientation. It's optional if you would like to enroll for it, and then after 90 days, that's when you officially become a member of the union.
Got it. Okay. All right. So if you're interested, tell us about how you go about applying for a job with Home Goods.
So it's pretty simple. You can apply online, or you can even come in to the facility and we can help you with the application. All you have to do is go online to jobs.tjx.com, complete the application. Well, first create an account with us and then complete the application. As soon as the application has been submitted, we contact you, interview you, and then schedule you in to come in and do the drug test. As soon as the drug test is done, we schedule you for orientation.
All right. Well, thank you for that information. Carolee Martinez from Home Goods. She'll be around again to say a few final closing words at the end. But with that, we'll move on to our final employer for today, and that is TOA USA LLC, being represented today by Jeremy Todd. Jeremy, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much. So TOA was actually established in year 2000. I was actually brought on in 2001. So TOA hasn't just been my job, but actually my career for the last 20 years. So we are a supplier company of body structure and suspension components to the automotive industry. So we have over a 1 million square foot facility that is located in Mooresville, Indiana. We provide stamped, welded, and E-coated body structure and suspension components to Subaru of Indiana, which is our largest customer. They are located in Lafayette. And then also we make parts for Toyota Motor and Engineering. And they are actually shipped out throughout the US. There's probably 5 different locations, Toyota facilities that we ship it throughout the US.
So you get 3 employment opportunities, it looks like?
Yep, so we got 3 open positions, and these are actually for both shifts. So the first one we have, which is a forklift driver, starting wage starts at $16.75. As far as the little job description for that, our forklift positions require associates to operate gas, electric-powered fork trucks, to move, stack, load, or unload, and deliver parts throughout the different locations of the plant. Forklift drivers must wear hard hats, safety glasses, steel-toe shoes. Basically, all those are requirements when being in our facility. As far as experience needed, a high school diploma or GED is preferred, but it's not required. All forklift operators are required to pass both written and floor testing. We give our own practicals. So anybody that's had any type of forklift experience could come in. We would take them through our practicals and basically certify them. Even if they haven't had experience, we can still work with them to get that done.
Okay, next.
The second position we have is a stamping press operator, and that starts at $16.75 an hour. Basically, the press operator is responsible for daily operations of the press machine. They provide detailed quality inspections of parts coming off the stamping press, share responsibilities for handling the parts into containers with the press assistant. So the press operator is responsible to notify team leaders or supervisors of any abnormal conditions to the quality of the production parts as they are coming off the line or off the machine. Press operators are also required to wear hard hats, safety glasses, shoes, earplugs, and long sleeves. So as far as the experience needed, same thing, the high school diploma or GED is preferred, but it's not a requirement. Press operators will need to be able to run a machine operations, basically starting up the machine, shutting down, tool changes, problem recovery, troubleshooting, minor settings and adjustments. And all these items we train on. As far as benefits, and this is for every position. So we offer day one medical, dental, vision, and life, short-term, long-term disability. We have vacation time, paid holidays, attendance bonuses, and also offer a fairly generous 401k plan.
Speaking of vacation time, how much time do you get?
So actually the vacation time, so 6 months from the day that you come in, right? And you come in, you get hired on. 6 months from that day, you get a week's vacation. And then 6 months from that period, you get another week. So basically within your first year, you're going to carry 2 weeks vacation.
Okay. So, and before we move on to the last job, just a quick question. Are all the positions full-time?
So all the positions are direct hire positions. So as soon as you walk in the door, you're going to be on full-time.
Okay, makes sense. So your final position looks like weld line operator. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the weld line operator starts at $16.44 an hour. Basically, the weld line operators are responsible for production lines and producing finished parts that we ship to our customer. So weld line operators will make, they'll inspect, they'll pack, finish good parts into containers for shipping. And same thing as the other opportunities was the operators must wear hard hats, safety glasses, steel-toe shoes, and earplugs. As far as the experience needed, same thing. It's a high school diploma or GED is preferred, but it's not required. So weld line operators basically need the ability to read and comprehend simple instructions, the ability to know when to contact a team leader or supervisor when equipment or parts are in question. Weld line operators need to be able to communicate effectively and be able to work scheduled overtime hours in a fast-paced environment.
All right. So if anyone who's interested, take us through the application process.
So application process is fairly easy. One, they can just apply online at www.towausa.com. They can email a resume in, or they can contact Renee Till, which she is our HR manager. Her phone number is listed on here, I believe, 317-834-0710. Once they contact her, she would set up a time for an interview, and then the person would just come in and they'd actually do an on-site interview.
Okay, well, thank you. That's Jeremy Todd, and I guess it is pronounced Toa. I thought it was T-O-A, but it's Toa. Thanks for being with us. Yeah, appreciate the being with us. We're going to switch to the next slide, but bring everybody back. This is just a reminder, if anyone has, I haven't seen any new questions come in, but if anybody does have any questions, now is the time to send them in. We're going to go back around with the 4 presenters that we had today for a few closing comments. So let's first bring back Marcia Baker. Marcia, any final thoughts from you?
Yeah, just one of the biggest questions that comes up when I'm talking to people on the phone is if we are a DC straight to the company. Yes, Decker Brands owns the 5 brands that I mentioned earlier, such as UGG, Hoka, Tiva, Sanuk. We're not depending on a contract. I know, a huge question is, how long is this contract it's going to have? We are Deckers. We own those brands. So we are not the middleman. So if you're looking for stability, it's direct. It's the DC center for Deckers. So that is one of the biggest, I think, questions. And I know a lot of people are looking for stability these days. So just a comment on that. And then second, if someone is looking for that benefit, work-life balance and culture, Deckers is where it's at. Insurance is not expensive. Culture is there. And then you have that work-life balance where you're not going to kill yourself working crazy hours. You're going to make decent money. You're going to be able to go home safely to your family and have your weekends back for yourself and your family. So we're here again, super awesome perks. And if you need a whole complete list of all of our perks and benefits through Deckers or the brands, feel free to give me a shout.
Well, great. Thank you. And thanks again for being with us, Marcia. Now I want to bring back Stephanie Sark from GXO. Any final comments or thoughts from you today?
Absolutely. Some of the questions that we frequently get are if these positions are full-time permanent positions. And yes, if you are hired through GXO, they are full-time permanent positions with the full benefits beginning on day one. We typically do phone interviews with hiring managers. However, on Tuesdays at our facility, we do have a in-person event, and those are usually on Tuesdays from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., where you can come in, check in with us, speak with someone face-to-face, get a on-the-spot offer, and we also have a lab come in to conduct our drug screens. So you would just need to bring with you your photo ID, and you actually need that to even get into our building because we are a federal trade zone. So we are extremely secure and high tech. So that is one of the requirements to even come in our building, is to have a valid photo ID. One other thing I will mention, when I was speaking about pay rates and peak incentives, we do also have referral bonus currently, and we do have attendance bonuses as well, where you work your required hours in the month. If you're scheduled for 40 hours a week, your required hours are 160. You work those required hours, and it's a $500 bonus per month all the way through December.
Okay, well, great. Well, again, that's Stephanie Sark from GXO. Thanks again for being with us today. Let's go back to Carly Martinez from Home Goods for some final or closing comments or thoughts. Still with us, or maybe she signed off? Okay, that's fine. Let's close then and go back. We just heard from him, but let's go back to Jeremy Todd from TOA. Jeremy, any closing thoughts from you?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, so we're looking at having over 30 plus direct hires. So we're looking for a minimum of 30 people. And the start times for those shifts is first shift actually starts at 5 a.m. and is typically over by 1:30. So currently they're working 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and are getting those weekends off.
Okay, well, great. Well, we've heard from a lot of great companies. There's a lot of great opportunities out there. Unfortunately, Campbell Snacks wasn't able to join us live today, but again, their slides that they were showing will be in the recording if you want to review those. I believe all the companies had some contact information if anybody wants to get in touch. I don't see any other questions that have come in. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Jim Mehring for a few closing comments from the Region 5 Workforce Development Board. Jim?
Bob, thank you so much. Once again, I have to say I'm just blown away by a couple of things. Number one, how professional and enthusiastic and engaging all of our presenters are. I want to say thank you so much. You can tell that you're very proud of where you work and what you do and what the companies represent. So thank you so much for your time and just the way you presented all of this. It's very encouraging and great to see. The other thing, I think if I've done my math right, there's a potential here for nearly 650 opportunities. And that is just, I mean, what can you say but wow? You know, so if you're looking for a job, and what I'm hearing is if you'll come in and you meet our requirements, you can start almost immediately. So those opportunities are there, and how wonderful that is. You know, if you're looking for employment, I would draw a couple things or point out a couple things too. You know, we're going from, for instance, like nearly brand new with Deckers and GXO to established companies like TOA or TOA. And so you have that broad range. And I think that's really cool. One thing that struck me too a little bit was, I think it was Deckers, they have a clear path to ownership as an employee through stock plans. So that's kind of cool, right? In that regard. I loved it that each of our presenters have allowed themselves to be touched personally. You know, it's not sterile through online. You can call me and I'll talk to you. And I really appreciate that a lot, because I think for a lot of folks that human or personal touch is incredible. In addition to how all of you have streamlined the application process. You know, it's pretty simple and very easy, you know, and you have several opportunities to get that accomplished. So thank you all for that. And how employee centric, every one of you. It's amazing for those, again, looking for a job. These are things that are very, very important, because how many times did we hear work-life balance? And we have paying for volunteering, we have pet insurance, we have benefits that are available immediately. One thing I really liked that I heard was advancement within. So the companies are looking inside the ranks for advancement opportunities, which is really neat. And then attendance bonuses, just to say thank you for being committed and dedicated to what we're asking you to do. So many, many cool things here. And also, and I'll shut up after this one on this one, but each company has an inclusive environment. And I translate that to say that there's attempts being made to look like the community that you serve. And I think that's very, very important. So kudos to all of you for that. So really exciting opportunities for those that are participating, maybe looking for work. So thank you all. You guys did an outstanding job. I really appreciate it. To those that are participating, please be sure that you take a chance to visit the websites that were provided to us during the presentation. I know you'll be getting to see that here shortly. And just as a reminder, or as the need may arise, you know, be sure to visit the Work One website via workoncentral.org. I certainly can't close without a very special thank you to Bob Burge, David Shatkowski, Sally Eisbrenner, and a host of many, many others that are working so hard to make sure our 8 county service territory is being served, and we're helping people that need this help. So thank you to them as well. Very, very thankful for what they do. Last, thank all those who are participating today. We really appreciate it. We certainly hope that you found this to be both helpful and informative. And to that, I say good luck to all of you, and we wish you all the very, very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.